It was a great weekend for us, traveling down to Columbus, playing at Denison. We haven't played in that facility probably in a decade. We don't play those two teams regularly. So it was, another good weekend to see some different teams for us. And started with Kenyon, who's been struggling a little bit this season, and we battled a little bit in that match. It was a pretty close score all the way through, though we felt like we were in control of the match. It was a little bit closer, I think, until we kind of widened the gap at the end of those sets. But it was great to get some other players on the floor as well, and I thought we handled the match and controlled the match really well. So that was our 10th win of the season, which is kind of a nice number to get to this early in the season. And then we had a match off, and then we were able to pull ourselves back together after a little bit of a stretch to compete hard against Denison in their own facility. They're a very, very talented team with a very strong middle and some other really nice pieces on the floor. And so we competed really hard, and we came out and played really well. And then we had some third set blues, which we've seen our team kind of go through that a little bit of a lull in our third set in some previous matches against good teams. So we were able to, continue to try to work through that. Denison came on really strong in those last couple sets. And then in the fifth set, we were down most of the set, and we had to really scratch and claw back from 5-10 and 7-11, and behind some really strong serving by Hannah Fox and some really strong blocking up front, we were able to finally stop their attack, which we'd really struggled to stop in the third and fourth set. In a really exciting 15-13 victory in set 5. So that's the second time we've done that this year, and it's kind of an adrenaline rush. It kind of takes a few hours after that to kind of come back to the ground, but we're really excited and grateful for every win against every good team that we have. So very exciting trip down to Columbus and back, and happy to come back with 2 wins. Heidelberg is a team we traditionally compete against every season. We haven't had great results against them. They're a very strong team in the region every year. They play a really, really tough schedule, so they're used to playing really, really talented opponents, and they come in with just a fire and a confidence and grit about that team and that program. So we're excited to play them on our home court. We usually play them in their gym, and I think they have a little bit more of an advantage there. It'll be nice for us to play at home again after being on the road for the past 2 weekends. So we're excited to take them on, and it's also our faculty appreciation night. So we have a reception for our players' faculty members beforehand, and then they stay and watch the match. And it's really wonderful to have our faculty support our student athletes and really see what they do outside the classroom. So Wednesday night should be a really nice event and experience, and a great competitive match for us. This weekend we'll travel to Carnegie Mellon for round robin 2. We'll play 2 teams, not Carnegie Mellon, so it's nice to play neutral matches on a neutral court. So we'll start pretty early Sunday morning with Brandeis. It's a 9 o'clock match, so hopefully we're up and energized and ready to go. They're having a great season. They have a couple new players and a much stronger attack, and so we're going to need to be playing our best volleyball first thing in the morning, and excited to see what that matchup looks like for us. And then we have a little bit of a break for a couple hours, a couple matches off, and then we'll face NYU at 3, sort of at the end of the day. And they won the conference last year, and they're having another great season. They're very, very talented, very balanced, very, very strong team, ranked in the top 10 in the country. So we have our work cut out for us this weekend to come out with some favorable results. But I think our team, after playing Emory in Chicago 2 weeks ago, sort of knows what that level looks like. And I think we're ready for it. And it's just if we can really compete at that level all the way through 3 full sets that will determine that.
My name is Rea. I'm a sophomore outside hitter on the volleyball team, and my major is biomedical engineering. I'm also on the pre-med track. I've always kind of wanted to be a doctor growing up, helping people and their families and making important decisions about patients and families under high pressure situations is always something that I feel like I'd I would be able to contribute to the medical field. And being able to inspire people to be healthy and being in the field of constant innovation is also something that is gravitating to me towards the field. And that kind of also is related to why I chose biomedical engineering as my major. I really wanted to be at the forefront of medical innovation and have the opportunity to bring my unique experiences and ideas to the field. Balancing classes in volleyball coming into last year was definitely one of my biggest challenges. Being able to get into a good schedule and finding time to study and make it to practices and be able to be present in all of those things was definitely something that I made a goal. Going into second semester, I was able to focus on my classes a little more, and I was able to really narrow in what kind of specialty I wanted to do in my major. And I was able to hone in on my study skills and become really well adjusted. And coming into second year, I think the class and the course load definitely got a lot harder as I got into more nuanced classes when it came to engineering and biology and that kind of stuff. And I think now I've definitely got a better understanding of how me personally, how I have to adjust to the college setting and volleyball and all of that. But I think all of it together, I stay really busy and it's really great, and I wouldn't exchange it for anything.